What's good, Ty? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all
right. You can
right.
see we're kind of on the beach today. You know, it's like
Uh-huh.
I was gonna get a picture of a 49er couch, but I kind of figured out my beach. It's like time to start planning vacation. Like
Exactly.
we're normally not in this position, but every once in a while it might be good to be. Right.
Hey, we need some time off every once in a while. Every few years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, David Corona coming in early.
What
I'm
up?
sure he'll be back in a second. What's up, buddy? Jason, we got Captain.
What's going on, Jason?
Don Dotson.
Hey,
what
Don.
are you doing? How's it going? Happy New Year's, everyone. That's coming around the corner. Our game starts in a little bit over an hour, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right, buddy. That's right. Guys in Cabo. Bebop, what's cracking, man? What's up? But yeah, it's like we got an interesting game coming up. I'm sure we're playing for pride. We got some fight left in us. And, and it's not like so win or lose, Detroit to lock up the 1 seed still has to win in week 18.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they still got a plenty to play for. Which we've been in this position where we've got plenty to play for, so I don't expect them to come out and take it easy, none of that crap. They're going to be playing for that 1 seed.
Yeah, well, they also remember us beating them in the playoffs and sending them home last year. I'm sure that's kind of stinging. But the rest of the NFC West, the Rams, I think, don't they just have it locked up now?
Yeah. Everyone else has been eliminated. So
yeah. So Gino is taking a nap on the couch. Like snappy time. Yeah, he shouldn't have done that. It was your first win and went against us, buddy. You're like 1-6 or something.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, indeed.
But
I'm
yeah,
with you,
as actually
we can also
talking to one of the smaller Twitter groups. We had Tommy Huxley. Yeah, he's talking about how the Seahawks joined us on the couch, and I was like, well, we had a spot. Spot for Gino because it's nappy time. But anyways, so man, like who's actually playing offensive line, Ty? Do you even know?
No clue. We're
going to see Evan Anderson out there, freaking left guard.
I'm waiting to see the starting lineups to see who's actually going to be where. We're talking new left tackle, new left guard, and new right tackle. It's going to be fun.
Where are these guys even coming from?
Signing guys off the practice squad.
The one guy that
guys have been there,
The one guy I kind of feel like we could have relied on, that Hubbard guy. Was it Hubbard? He got signed off our practice squad, so we don't got him. I know we signed that Hennessy guy, and then we got one heck of a player, some guy named Heck, and I thought there was one more, Sebastian Gutierrez. I thought we
re-signed him. Yep.
I mean that's 3, but that's still not enough bodies. Like if something bad happened, but so folks, to recap, our starting center is a third stringer to start with. Nothing we can do about that. Dominique Pooney, he's going to be playing. He's good. Colton McKivitz is out with was it a knee or ankle? Does it even say?
I think it's a knee.
Yeah, so Colton McKivitz is not starting this game. Our right tackle's not playing tonight. Our starting left guard, Aaron Banks, has been ruled out, and he's been battling injuries all season.
Yeah. Our
backup, he got hurt some games ago and got put on IR, Ben Barch.
Yep.
And, we got Nick Sikel, but he didn't look that hot. And then, the other guy that could play over there was in there playing tackle, and he got hurt too, Spencer Burford. So he won't be playing tonight. Our starting left tackle, he's been out with that ankle thing, right, guys? So we all know that. And, Jalen Moore's been filling in admirably.
Yeah.
But now he's hurt and he's not playing.
He's hurt. He's out.
And then obviously we had Spencer Burford over there, and when he got hurt.
He got hurt last game somehow. I didn't even see it, but he's been hurt. So a whole new left tackle tonight.
So we're going to be on the fourth level here, folks. So fourth string left tackle.
We're talking practice squad guy. Somebody from the practice squad is going to be out there.
Yeah, I think that's what we're getting on the right side tackle wise.
Both sides.
Might have Nick Zakel playing left guard, but he didn't look that good.
Yeah.
It's like Brock just stayed right behind Dominic Pooney and just throw the ball out of bounds. I mean,
that's one guy. We called up Drake Nugent. He might be out there at some position. It's such a crapshoot because we don't know, and we know how they like to play guys out of position. I mean, at this point in the season, some guys will be playing out of position, right? So it's just a matter of who are they going to pick to play where.
Well, it's kind of like, who knows? Maybe they put Nugent at center and move Brendel over to right tackle.
You never know.
And then Brendel all of a sudden stands up, and we're all like, "Where'd this come from?" Oh,
I know, right? It'd be a holiday miracle if that were to happen.
I know it, but you never know what we're gonna do. Honestly, they might. 2 games left. What do we got to play for? Pride, and if Kyle's now it's like, Kyle, time to play the young guys for a couple games and get them a little bit of experience and see what you got. Yeah, maybe show the fan base before year 2 what Jacob Cowing can do. We've seen Garindo, seen Pooney. Yep. We've seen Mustafa. We've seen Renardo Green. We've seen those guys out there. Tatum Bethune. Now, is he playing tonight?
He's questionable. He's been practicing, so I would imagine
they opened up his window, and I know we're pretty thin at linebacker right now.
Yeah, he'll be the 4th or 5th linebacker out there. So we need him. So I can imagine we see him on special teams. I mean, he's been on special teams all season long. But will he get any reps at the linebacker position? Who knows? But we should see 48 suited up.
I wouldn't mind seeing him out there getting some, getting some real snaps on the defense.
Yeah.
He did look really good in preseason.
He certainly did.
So it's like I think he took to the system like he owns it,
Mm-hmm.
So I would honestly, why not get like I was saying, why not get some of these young guys some experience? Put them out there, see, get them some real in-game experience before their second year.
Exactly. I'm with it. We've been talking about it all season. Play the young guys, get them some reps. Yeah. These last 2 games, they give valuable reps that can help them going into the off season. So
definitely,
I'm all for it.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. And imagine like Detroit doesn't have anything on Jacob Cowing. That catch he made earlier in the season. Like a couple routes, right? Mm-hmm. They don't have much on Jacob Cowing.
Nope.
So he'd be like that dark horse wide receiver comes in. Detroit's going to be like, uh-oh. But then again, giving Brock 2.5 seconds to get the ball out has been a problem.
Yeah.
I said we were going to talk about Miami, in the description, the Dolphins game, and here it comes. Is their pass rush like the best in the league?
Nope.
No.
Not at all.
They sure looked like it. They did. They sure looked like they were against us. And, granted, we had offensive linemen dropping left and right during that game.
Yep.
But I think they looked too good against our offensive line. I mean, comes a certain point in time where Chris Forrester earlier in the season cursed things by saying, I'd rather have a player that gets a ball in his hands than have a good offensive
skill guy.
What? Like, so you're saying that Kyle and Niners brass doesn't value offensive line, but a game is run in the trenches. I think pretty much everybody knows this.
Yep.
Having some good, skill players, yes, it definitely helps. But a game is won in the trenches. Like, if you have a good offensive line and a good defensive line, you're going to have a good season. And at this point, we don't have a good offensive line. We got Pooney. Moving forward, we got Pooney and we got Trent Williams. Hopefully, there's a lot of talk. Oh, is he going to retire? But that's been the last 3 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think he's
one foot out the door. So no.
No, he's not retiring. He wants to play till he's 40. I think he's actually said it one point.
Uh-huh.
So, it's a game's won in the trenches. Miami's defensive line looked really good against us. And those who are blaming that last interception directly on Brock Purdy, it's like, did he even have 2 seconds to throw the ball? Watch the replay and have a stopwatch in your hand, folks.
He got hit while
he didn't have enough. He didn't have enough time for a play to develop to get the ball out, and he still tried getting it out before Calais Campbell was on him, but he was hitting him right at the release. It's just kind of frustrating to see, I actually picked us to lose the Miami game, and when the schedule came out, I picked us to lose the Miami game. Actually, the Green Bay game, the game against the Chiefs, and the first game against the Rams. Those were the 4 losses I had. But this season has ended up being a lot more than just 4.
Yeah, we know.
And I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's time for our head coach to reflect on the season and use it as a book of what not to do, maybe. Maybe learn from what he's done. I mean, I don't see us fixing the offensive line totally in one off season. I mean, all these folks that say draft players, all right. Kyle does not like playing rookies.
No.
Humongous headline, public service announcement.
You basically got to be injured. He's got to have injuries for a rookie to play. I mean, that's exactly how Pooney.
That's how Pooney got his chance. He held on to that job.
I mean, if it wasn't for that, we probably never see him.
Speaking of the devil, there's Tommy right there.
Hey,
that's right. Yeah. Me and Tommy were talking about how Geno Smith's going nappy time on the couch with us. Just don't lay your head over here, buddy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't see it happening. I could see us like my free agent crush is the Drew Dahlman guy. A lot of guys are talking about another center, Kelly. He's 32 years old. So what's he got? 2-3 seasons, and then he's like, "Nah, I'm done."
You never know.
That's exactly
it. Offensive linemen be going, so you never know. But I would like to get one and develop him long term. That way you don't have this problem
Drew
again.
Dahlman's, he's 26, I believe.
Okay, so that's pretty young. That's good.
I believe he is. He's young enough to the point where him and Brock Purdy could be together a long time.
Yeah. Brock just turned 25. He's 26. That's a good matchup. I don't know nothing about the dude.
They'd be together for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why he's my free agent crush. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, if we draft a center, he's not playing this first year. It's like, oh, here we got Brendel. Forrester says Brendel's pretty good. Are you not watching the game, Forrester, or are you staring at your tablet playing you Call of Duty with Kyle Murray? Or
he's not going to throw a guy under the bus, because he needs him. He needs him to play. So he's got to give him that word of encouragement.
I get what you're saying. I get it.
I'm pretty sure he's like, all right, this guy's stinking up the joint, but what else do I got? So yeah, Drake Nugent's out there. He's allegedly a center. That could be a center. Who knows? Remember Feliciano is still on the team. If he comes back, maybe he could play center. That's what we were all looking forward to this season. Like in any event,
his
a change needs to happen.
Didn't respond well, which is kind of concerning to me.
Right. Yeah, but given a full off season, you never know.
This year, so
you never know. He could be. You never know.
But it's like, but if it's like, say we signed Drew Dalman, all right, they're center. Okay, what about left guard and right tackle?
Well, remember before he got hurt, who was playing left guard? What's this guy's name? That filled in for Banks.
Ben Barch.
Ben Barch looked pretty good. I know it was a small sample size, but is he the next Aaron Banks to come in there and fill in that left guard? You have Ben Barch out there.
Yep.
You never know. So now you're just looking at right tackle.
I look at right tackle like we could potentially like draft a guy high, but what are the chances of that happening? Come on, folks. We're taking an edge or a defensive tackle, whatever the best players available. Okay. Let's just live with that fact right now.
Is there a guy even out there that warrants to be drafted that high? I don't even know. I haven't heard anyone talk about the amazing tackles in the draft yet. So
I've been looking, and it looks like that there's a few pretty good tackles that are, prospect wise in the mid-teens. But it depends on how teams value them. Not like you can read all the articles, you can look at all the mock drafts you want. That's not going to be what happens during the draft. All right.
Yeah.
Like my mock draft series is probably going to start I'd say during the playoffs. We don't have the playoffs this year, so why not? I'll get an extra 2 or 3 episodes in or whatever.
Yeah.
I think last year I did 8. I think I did 8 mock draft series last year. And it worked. We were one of them. I looked back at what Kyle and John had historically done and drafted that way, and I think I actually drafted Pooney and Mustafa during that draft.
Okay.
So, the year before, I didn't do a mock draft series. I just did it at home for fun, folks. But I picked D. Winters in the draft, but that's it. So I got 1, and then I got 2. So that means I gotta step it up and get 3 this year.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's a new challenge.
I have goals. But we none of us honestly know what the Niners are going to do in the draft. There's always the potential for them trading that draft pick and getting a young veteran that's signed to a long-term contract, or you never know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen versus Detroit. I just hope we keep it respectable. What do you think is going to happen with that?
They're going to come out, play hard. It's just a matter of execution. Can all those new bodies execute, specifically on the offensive line? Because, it's with all those new pieces, I would expect Detroit to blitz, do a lot of things, try to confuse them, wreak havoc. So how well will they hold up? That's the answer. That's what it all comes down to right there. So like I said, we don't even know who's going to be out there. That's how much of a crapshoot it is. So when I expect us to play hard, we're not just going to lie down and, take it on the chin. I don't care. We're still out there playing with pride. I know the guys want to win. Like, if you could play spoiler, play spoiler. Like, get a win.
Yep, that's true. And of course, we got Bay Area Sports.
What's up?
John Jay's in the building. What's up, buddy? We got the Sentinel. Sentinel's up in here. Oh, yep, there's a Sentinel. I was trying to click in and another comment came in, so I wasn't sure if that actually nailed that or not. Give Bebop. Now he didn't ask for him on social media, so I don't know if that's going to happen.
I know, right? You got to come out and say something on social or on your podcast in order to get them. That's the way it is. Or maybe after the post game press conference, that's what you got to do. You got to say something then. But he's low man on the totem pole, you know. He's got to get him when he can get him.
I'm actually looking to see if Steve-O is in the chat. Me and him were talking cars the other day. Poor guy's got to buy another car.
Oh, jeez.
But
Josh Dobbs is quarterback 2 for tonight. Brandon Allen isn't active.
He isn't active?
Brandon Allen is inactive. Josh Dobbs is quarterback 2 tonight.
Wonder why that is.
Brandon Allen sucks. That's why. And probably
I didn't think like during when he had to start for Purdy, I thought, you know, he filled in okay. He didn't look terrible.
No, he didn't look terrible. You know,
the offensive
some missed throws, but yeah.
You know, he wasn't helped. I'll say that.
Yeah, but he was okay. I think in this situation, I'm just trying to use my thinking cap here, folks, that with this crazy offensive line, perhaps Kyle is thinking, all right, if I pull Brock, I want someone more mobile who can maybe get away from the pass rush if things start to go crazy. And that's why he got Josh Dobbs starting. You know, he's faster, can use his legs better. So, yeah, I have him as QB too.
That's just interesting. I mean, maybe it's because, you know, he might give us a better chance to win with no O-line. You know, like, you never know who's going to be put out there. We might, like you said, we might see Evan Anderson at left guard.
You never know.
He's a big boy. I wouldn't mind it. You know?
Oh, yeah. Run behind him.
I'm sure he could create some holes for that running back.
Exactly. Yeah. Purdy needs the reps. I see what you're saying, Sentinel. They're saying it's not about the payday. Remember, he's still a young, developing quarterback. He needs reps just like everybody else needs reps. And this is a situation where he needs to figure out, all right, I got a makeshift offensive line. How can I navigate? Am I getting the ball out quicker? Can I fake somebody out? Can I do something? Can I actually go to the line and read and identify where the blitz is coming from to help out my O-line? That's part of a cute quarterback's development. So he needs to be out there and, you know, take these lumps and learn and come back stronger next season.
Yeah, so this is a comment here. It is though. He's not lying. It's just one of those situations you don't want to put your QB in, you know. But is this true? Colton McKivitz is playing tonight?
I thought he was out.
He didn't practice Friday, so
we'll see.
I mean, that's kind of either way. I mean, you know, I don't know if he's much of an upgrade over whoever would be over there anyway. I mean
he's gonna be out there on one knee. So,
hey, I've been saying this since last year, or was it the year before when Kyle was he was putting James, wasn't it 2022 when he was putting James in the shotgun, and I was like, what are you doing? You know, like. You know, your right tackle is okay. It was McGlinchey at that point, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And I was like, your right tackle is like mid when it comes to pass blocking. You're a good run blocker, but mid when it comes to pass blocking. And you're putting the quarterback back far enough to the point where the speed rusher, and this happens to McKivitz too, will beat McGlinchey.
Yep.
And that happens to McKivitz too. Speed rushers, it's what they do, right? So how you negate the speed rusher is you line the quarterback up under center. Because now the speed rusher's got to go through the tackle.
Exactly.
Can't just go around him. Right? So, and I've been saying this for a couple years now, but they don't listen to us. We're just little guys on YouTube.
We don't know anything. We don't have common sense.
No, we don't have these things on our head and watch the games. No, we don't. Do none of that.
Nope.
Oh, wow. So what is our game kickoff? Was it 6:10, 6:15? Well, that's my time. That's my time. That's Mountain Standard Time, folks. The forgotten time zone.
15. I mean,
it's what?
But these late years stuff, schedules be all off. Seeing games.
You kidding? Did you see everything next week's like to be announced? Oh, we're not telling the schedule.
Oh, they announced it. Was it earlier today or yesterday? They actually did announce it. I was looking at
that. Like, are you guys serious? Like, you can't. Look at what's happened throughout the season and figure it out. Like, you gotta wait for the one last game to be played. But
we're at 15-minute mark. But yeah, because they want to see. It's all TV ratings and such, who should play when and how to get the best ratings and all that good stuff. And are they flexing anybody in and out?
What good games can we make people pay for a streaming service to get?
Exactly. That last ditch hurrah of getting some cash, It is what it is. Yeah, we'll be playing at our normal afternoon time next week, so it don't matter.
Well, Barbie hands Kenny Pickett. Now, whoever QB3 is next year is still to be determined, or our practice squad guy. I don't think he played that bad for the Eagles in this last game. He didn't look bad. But then again, this is all off-season to be determined stuff, right?
Yeah.
And we got that guy on the practice squad, Tanner Mordecai. So he might make a push to actually make the 53-man roster.
We've been there all season long.
Yes.
He's been on the practice squad all season long. He's there. If you watch practice videos, he's out there. So, I mean, right now, he'd be the only guy under contract next season besides Brock. Or is he on a one-year deal?
Yeah. I think we have the
he was
right
just signed to the practice squad. Yeah.
I think we have like the first rights to him, but that's pretty much it.
I think that's it. Yeah. I don't think he's actually officially on the contract.
I've heard people saying this too, but I don't see how Sam Darnold's going to fix the offensive line problem. That's my argument to them right now. How's Sam Darnold going to fix our offensive line? Okay. He's not. He's going to be running for his life too.
But Brock hasn't been running for his life the whole season.
Yeah, he has.
He wasn't running for his life the whole season. Stop that.
Yeah,
don't lie to the people.
Have you not? Oh, hold on. Let's talk about how many rushing attempts he has.
Whoa. You got to put that in context.
How many does Kyle call? 1 or 2 a game?
For him, just QB sneaks. That's it. Him scrambling for yards and running for his life is 2 totally different things.
Well, why is he? Well, so when he gets flushed out of the pocket, and he scrambles, that's not running for his life.
No. If he slides out the pocket and there's an opening and he takes it, that's not running for his life. You can't say that off every play, off every scramble. Oh, he's running for his life. That's not the way it works. You got to add some context to it. Football is so much more to stats. You can't just look at, he's been rushing a lot. He's running for his life. That is not the way it works.
Holy crap. 10 against the Rams. I need to see this on the season. Right now, I'm looking at the game logs. I need to see his whole season.
It could mean people aren't open, Tommy. Yeah, people aren't open, so you take off. A lot of QBs do it, but it doesn't mean you're running for your life. You see, nobody's open. Hey, I got
no one gets open. Right side. No one gets open by the time. No one gets open by the time the pass protection breaks down. Let's be honest.
What?
You don't have good pass protection. Yeah, your QB is going to be running. Where's his rushing stats? There we go. Dang, 63. Okay, so first year, he had 22 attempts for 13 yards. That's nothing. He only played so many games.
Unpaid.
Next year, he had 39 for 144. This is 2023. This year, he has 63 for 311.
Mm-hmm. Good for him.
That's a drastic uptick.
Yeah.
That's a drastic uptick. And we took a wide receiver with our first overall pick, right? No, we haven't had Brandon Ayuk, but he was having his contract year, right? What happens after most guys sign a contract and hold out throughout the offseason until the first game, and then our offensive line, I mean, you all of a sudden we become pass crazy, like pass first, like we're built to be pass first, right?
Gonna are. Look at all those weapons. We got the Avengers.
And we don't have an offensive line to do that.
We did at the beginning of the season. So tell me I'm wrong. How many times did you hear the people come out? Brock has the highest LGBTQ stats rating in the whole universe. He has the highest DVOA.
People were talking about that.
He has the highest passer rating in the first 25 games of his career of anyone in NFL history. Wasn't too bad then when everyone was nice and healthy.
Dude, Trent Williams was still in the games and we were getting guys back there. Jake Brindle, he's mid. We all know that. Aaron Banks, he had a good year, but then he's been struggling with injuries. Hasn't been that guy again.
Yeah. He dipped some this season. A lot of guys have. Their play's just been inconsistent. That's been the story of the season.
See, my thing is we don't have the personnel to be pass first. We don't. It takes a average offensive line at least to be pass first. You can have all these shiny weapons. You can have all that. If you can't protect your quarterback long enough for the play to develop, then what's the point of going pass first? That's just the facts. We don't have the personnel to do it. But our head coach went pass first all year. Except the Chicago game. He went back to playing 49er football.
Well, he still threw for over
Chicago
300.
sucks,
Brock still threw
so
for over 300 yards.
Yeah, he did. But he was under center. He wasn't in the shotgun. He was passing off a play action. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
You know? So that's what 49er football is, isn't it? Run the ball, pass off play action. Like the gimme plays, the gimme plays. That's pretty much what Debo got in the Dolphins game. Okay? That's what he's good at. Why haven't we seen that all season?
Same thing he got in the Rams game.
You know?
That's the same thing he got in the Rams game. You've seen it all season. The play has just been inconsistent. That same pass he dropped in the Rams game is the same pass he caught for a touchdown. It's the same route, the same pass, everything. It's a play we run over and over and over again.
Yep.
He just didn't execute.
It's like running. It's like running Debo. Like, okay, the defense is teeing off on him being in the backfield. Yeah. That's painfully obvious. Just don't give him the ball. You know, like someone's supposed to be a genius here, but he still hands it to Debo. Right?
Yeah. Well, you know, we all know he has a reluctance to just use Debo. Like, he just knows that's his crutch. That's his security blanket. Just give it to Debo. It was 2000, what was it, 2021? 2021 was a blessing and a curse. It was a blessing because Debo was the offense. He put the team on his back. Great. But it became a curse because Kyle is still living off that crutch of, well, I'm just giving it to Debo. It doesn't matter. I got Isaac Guerrero, Patrick Taylor, and some other running back. I'm going to give the ball to Debo. Like, you got 3 young bull running backs here, and you want to hand it to this guy. Like, come on. Come on. Switch it up already.
That's when you get into your bag, you put Debo in the backfield, you get the defense to tee off on it, and all right. So you got a wide receiver, running back, or maybe even George Kittle squirting on out there.
Yeah.
You know, like
we talked about it. You fake it to him. You do some play action, fake toss to him, get the whole defense moving, and you leak somebody out the backside. It could be wide open.
I wouldn't you wouldn't hear me gripe about Debo if he got 0 touches in a game, but he was a decoy several times and we got big plays out of it.
Well,
you wouldn't hear me gripe because he had use. He did his job, right?
Remember, was it just last season? I think it was just last season. Remember the game that CMC had 4 touchdowns? It was against the Cardinals. Remember that game? He had 4 touchdowns.
We're in Mexico. Didn't we like obliterate them?
We obliterated them in Mexico. But this is the game. Last season we played in Levi's. It was early in the season, week 4. We blew them out 35-16. That was when we actually scored touchdowns. And CMC had the 4 touchdowns, and Brandon Ayuk got over 100. Debo was injured that game, and he was basically a decoy the entire game. He was just a decoy. We lined him up in the backfield, didn't throw him the ball. Lined him up short screens, didn't throw him the ball. He was just a decoy. And we picked them apart with CMC, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle.
Yep.
So it's in the bag. It's in the playbook. Kyle can do it. But if Debo's healthy, he won't do it. Right? It's just like we got all these amazing young players that can get out there on the field and contribute, but they won't get on the field unless someone else is injured. It sucks and it's frustrating.
And my whole argument here is I want to see growth from our head coach. I want to see him go, you know what? These young players did pretty good this year. So why not play some more here and there, like in the upcoming seasons? because he's not getting fired, folks. We're just being real. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see him growth. I want to see him learn from this season, all the mistakes, all the bad things that have happened. And I would actually like to see him go through his staff and get some better coaching personnel at the position play, specifically like maybe Chris Forrester ain't it for our offensive line coach. Wide receivers coach. Who is our wide receivers coach? I remember it was Wes Welker.
It's Leonard Hankerson, wasn't it? It's Leonard Hankerson. He took over when Welker left.
Okay. I mean, our running backs coach, is it still Bobby Turner?
Still Bobby T. Yep.
So I like him. I want to keep him. Brian Greasy, I don't have a problem with him at all. Let's keep him.
Nope.
Like Chris Kasarik, or if we keep playing the wide 9, I guess, but that might be played out.
I don't even think he's not calling it though.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't call. All right, we're playing wide 9. He just gets the guys to play it. If you tell him, hey, we're gonna play a 46 front, he'll go out there and coach a 46. And you just got to tell him what to do.
Again, folks, the game is won in the trenches. So I honestly believe we do need a better offensive line coach, especially if you're not going to be drafting guys that have skill, guys that have potential to become something really good, and you're going to be drafting like Spencer Burfords and Nick Zakells and Jalen Moores and guys like this in the late rounds. You're going to need someone that can develop them.
Spencer Burford might be our left tackle of the future. You better watch out there.
You never know. Right? He actually looks better on the left side than he does the right, doesn't he?
Because he played left tackle in college. No.
So did Nick Zakel.
I hate it when we take guys and don't put them in their natural position. And it's like, oh, he doesn't look good. No shit. Then you put him back on when he's naturally played, and it's like, wow, he looks pretty good. Duh.
Well, and that's the thing, though. What? All right, what am I getting at here? We draft Nick Zakel, who's a tackle in college. Oh, we want you to play guard or center.
But that's the stupid thing. Like these NFL, I don't know how these guys get their jobs and last for so long. They're like, all right, this guy, he's great at this position in college, but in the pros, we grade him to be something else. How?
That's something that shorts me out too. Oh, this guy's arms are half an inch too small to be tackled. What are you talking about? Half an inch.
Exactly.
Like, do I need to bust out a measuring tape and show this guy how much half an inch actually is?
You know what I mean? Like, seriously, is that your criteria? Like, all I know is that he keeps people off the quarterback. That's good enough for me. I don't care about his arm length. He's good over there. Leave him over there. Let him practice over there.
That's true. And it's like wide receivers in arm length. Now, longer arms, yes, bigger catch radius. And that is the thing, folks. And when I say Debo has T-Rex arms, he actually doesn't. I'm just messing.
Yeah.
His arms aren't long. They're somewhere around the middle of the pack. They're not short, but they're not long. So it is what it is. When I say T-Rex arms, I'm just kidding, folks. Okay. But there are plays where it definitely looks like he's got T-Rex arms, but that's because he's making it look that way. All right. Well, we're talking draft like hand size, buddy. What do you think about QBs and hand size? Because Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy, their hands are exactly the same size.
It's exactly the same. No one has a problem with Brock's hand size until they see him play in rain and the ball slips out. Then everybody's like, oh my gosh, you see he's got little hands. Like, come on, man. Let it go. Brock is going to always get dumped on because he's not 6'5", 255 pounds. He's not one of those guys.
And this actually got me looking into it. So the average male has 7.4-inch hands.
Okay.
That's just average male. Brock's hands aren't they 9 1/4? If I remember right. Yeah. They're the same as Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Like Josh Allen and like Joe Burrow, their hands are all, I think, pushing 10 inches, if not more. So these guys, just to be able to play the position, that their hands are literally inches bigger than the average human.
Right.
So I always look at it like small. Like what does small hands matter if the guy can throw the ball and play the position? Right.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Brock, when it comes down to it, no, he don't have that cannon arm like a Josh Allen has. No, he doesn't. But he can still play the quarterback position at a high level.
Yep.
Like even Josh Allen's. What year is he in right now? Is he in his 6th season?
He's up there.
I mean, he was a project when they drafted him. It took him until definitely. I think year 3 to start showing something.
It was like 3 or 4, really. Yeah. He was not the Josh Allen now. Did not happen overnight. He did not come into the league this way. And no, that's what people.
He's in his 3rd.
Yeah. Josh Allen's in his year number 7 right now.
Dang. Like last year, even in his 6th year, he was throwing a lot of interceptions and making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
This year, you're not seeing that so much.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and it took him until he's 28 to get to this point. He's right. 28. I just looked him up. He's 28. And Brock Purdy just turned 25.
Yeah.
So, is he the guy that can carry our team? No, not yet. Not yet. He can become the guy that can carry a team, though.
Yeah. But he needs time to develop. Right?
Yes.
He needs that time. It wasn't until Josh Allen's really 3rd season. Like he had 2 full seasons starting. Then in year 3, he started to make that bend to, okay, this guy is legit. Right? That's when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Brock now has 2 full regular seasons of starting. Next year, he should be able to take another step. And then the year after that, another step, right? That's how it goes. That's how it goes with all these guys. Look at Lamar Jackson. He was a project too.
Remember, he came in the league. What? Greg Roman was his offensive coordinator, so he had kind of a college-style offense to start with, right?
But remember, all they asked him to do was run the ball. He had to work on his mechanics of throwing and everything else. And to his credit, he did. He worked on it and got better and better. To now, he is where he is.
Wow. So just so you folks know, Patrick Mahomes is in his 8th season. He's 29. Mm-hmm. He entered the league. He did not start until his 2nd year.
Yeah.
Because Alex Smith was in KC, right?
Yep.
So pretty much he sat behind Alex Smith, who we all know Alex Smith's no dummy.
Yep.
All right. So he sat and learned behind Alex Smith, and I'm sure Alex Smith went out of his way to teach him some things.
Yep.
And this is something Brock didn't have. Brock had James Richard Garoppolo in front of him. What he is, he's a big book of what not to do. There's a whole lot of what not to do there. James had his games where it's like, wow, but that, was that wasn't every game. No. And, but he did throw to linebackers, stuff like that, right? Like James would make a mistake And Bryant Culp actually said it. The next drive, he would somehow engineer a drive and we'd score a touchdown.
Yep.
But it's like, you got to limit those mistakes, right? Like, I'm looking at Mahomes this year, and I mean, almost 4,000 yards. He hasn't had a big season. His biggest season was 2022, 5,200 yards.
Yeah.
Hold
up. I got some announcements. We got the starting O-line has been announced. Charlie Heck will start at left tackle. Nick Zakel will start at left guard. Jake Brendel center. Dominic Pooney right guard. Colton McKivitz right tackle.
Oh, so Colton McKivitz is playing.
Yeah. So there you go. So it's just Charlie Heck at left tackle, who's new. Zakel will play some left guard. We've seen him out there before. But, yeah. It's going to be a whole lot of what the heck going on tonight, as Rob D says. Shout out to Rob D.
Rob D. That's what we're going to be saying all night long.
Yep.
Oh, I'm glad I don't have to work tomorrow. Because I can watch this game through the bottom of a shot glass. Well, I don't drink often, folks. Mm-hmm. But I can if I want to. Happy J, what up, buddy? Let's see you show up. Of course, we got Rob D in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see everybody. So you watching the game from home, Ty, or are you going somewhere?
Yeah, no, I'll be right here at home watching the game.
I'm gonna be watching the game too, but I don't have ESPN, so I don't know if it's on. If it's not on national television, I got this app I can tap into and watch.
ESPN.
So you got broadcast it to my TV, and
I do the same thing. Yep.
Yeah, it's almost time for us to get on out of here.
Yep. Watch a little pregame,
folks.
Get into it.
Yeah, we're hashtag on the couch gang. I know it feels weird. I'm not going to get used to it though.
Yeah, just this 1 year. It's all good.
Got to reset. Got to add some good pieces.
Exactly.
Hopefully, man, I seriously want to see him add. I would love to see them go after and get Drew Dahlman. I would, because then it would shore up the middle of that offensive line with him and Pooney. I'd be like, all right, now let's just put an average left guard over there, and that'll work. That'll be better than what we currently have. Right? Like Burford or Barch. You could pull off putting one of those guys over there if you get a good center. And if we go with it, when does Brendel's contract expire? Do you know?
I don't know.
Hopefully it's at the end of this season.
I
mean, I know they signed him. I remember when they signed him to a multi-year deal, I was like, what? Like, what are you doing? Like, all right. He had one good year. You're signing him to a multi-year deal. He's 32.
Okay. Yep.
He's 32.
He is signed through the 2026 season. So he's got 2 more years.
Oh, good Lord.
Yep.
Oh. Well, so dead cap value of $2.72 million or $2.728 million. That's chump change compared to the salary cap, buddy.
Yeah. And they can move on from him easily. Designate him a post June 1 cut and be done.
They could do that. We don't know they're going to, though, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying if they wanted to move on from him, like it salary cap implications wouldn't be a detriment to it. It wouldn't be like, oh man, he's going to cost us $15 million in cap money. Nope. They'll move on from him easily.
I think Papa J had a good comment. I was like, oh. Bring it up. I say it's not fair to judge Brock off just this season, especially the next 2 games. Should we do the same with Kyle? I kind of have at this point, but
no one.
When it comes down to it, I'm not saying I'm done with Kyle. I just want to see him learn. I want to see him learn and adapt. This is what I want to see, or is he just going to be the same old next year? Like we're going to find out because he's not going anywhere. I mean, yeah, I'm not judging Brock even on now. What I am judging him on is I think he's had a good first 3 seasons, right? This is what I'm judging him on. And he should get better as he grows.
Yeah.
So is that not a proper judgment? I think that's a good judgment.
Yeah, most definitely. Right? Yeah.
But and I would love to see some growth out of Kyle. Maybe change his philosophy a little bit and start valuing the offensive line. That would be growth right there. That's pretty much all I got to say about that. He's not going anywhere, folks. So don't think he is. Other than that, game's on here in like a few minutes. So Everyone have a great night. Go Niners. If we somehow beat Detroit, then, we get a slightly worse draft pick. I wouldn't be mad at it, though.
We're going to shock the world and do it. Let's go.
I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. As long as we're picking in front of the Cowboys so they can't take our offensive linemen.
They don't need
That's what they did last draft.
I was mad. Weak-ass defense. But anyway.
All right. Hey, as Corey Davis says, go Niners and F all 31 other teams.
Heck yeah.